Hey, folks, it's time for the Mike North, and this is what everybody waits for. The 5-minute NHL playoff preview brought to you by the fine folks at Rosemont. You'll know everything you need to know about the NHL. I just don't know what year I'm going to be quoting when I do this. I'm going to be straight up with you folks. I've watched 7 minutes of NHL coverage this year. That's the Hawks, okay? Now I'm going to watch a little bit more. The Bulls were on last night. Couldn't turn the Hawks on. Didn't turn them on at all. Found out they lost. So you know what? It's 2-0. They start out. Now we're starting to preview a little bit later than usual because of schedule conflictions. That's what they always say on television. It sounds good. So let's go first with Vancouver versus the Blackhawks. Blackhawks lost 9 players from last year, and they lost some big-timers like Dustin Byfuglien, who got the job done, and Antti Niemi. It looks like now Antti Niemi might have and should have been kept. Corey Crawford and Turco haven't gotten it done. Although that first game, 2-0, you can't blame them. Lack of firepower. I heard somebody call Jonathan Toews the best player in hockey. I can't. You're an 8th place team. I don't care what he does, okay? He's close, but you got to do better than that, and you got to put some numbers up on the board in the playoffs. So right now, I like Vancouver winning this thing 4 games to 1, the 1 versus 8. San Jose versus Los Angeles. Now, you know, when you throw the records out the door, when Gretzky's on the ice for the Kings, the thing you got to worry about is, you know, keeping him contained to watch out for the cherry picking. Doug Wilson, the San Jose defenseman, will shadow him when they're out there. But you really got to love what Bruce McNall's guys, the owner of the Kings, are doing with Gretzky. And, you know, they brought the popularity back to Los Angeles. So I like Gretzky and the boys beating San Jose 4 games to 2. Detroit versus Phoenix. This is another big one. We got to go through these things as fast as we can. Steve Yzerman has them on the right page. Scotty Bowman, fundamentally, a great coach, has them sound. Phoenix dead in the water. Roenick on his last legs for Phoenix. You just look at Detroit, you think they're always going to be suffering, but you know what? They should basically win this one 4 games to 1. And also in the Western Conference, Anaheim versus Nashville. Nashville, it may be a country western town, but when it comes to hard hockey, you have the Nashville Predators getting the job done. Anaheim, sleepy. I like Nashville winning 4 games to 3. Now we go to the Eastern Conference. Washington versus the New York Rangers. Ovechkin, you know, they're waiting over there. They're known for choking in Washington. I don't think they'll be choking this time. I mean, when you got Eddie Giacomin in that with a Rod Gilbert and other of the prominent Rangers, as Jean Rattel, if you will, I just think it's going to be too much for the one-man gang of Ovechkin and Washington to get it done. Also, the Philadelphia Flyers versus Buffalo. Gil Perreault is going to get bullied by the Broad Street Bullies. You know, Dave the Hammer Schultz will go into the corners, and he'll try to get some of their main players out. Freddie Shero's put together a pretty good game plan. It's attack for the Flyers. I like Philadelphia in a close series. Rick Martin starting to put some pucks in the net near the end of the season also. I like Roger Crozier in the net, a little long in the tooth, so I'm going to give Philadelphia the nod 4 games to 2. Boston versus Montreal. An Esposito, if you will, Bobby Orr, a Kenny Hodge, a Pie-Face McKenzie, a Johnny the Chief Busick, a Harry Sinden. I mean, come on now. This is a monster team, but with Montreal, you have Kenny Dryden in the pipes, between the pipes. You have Yvan Cournoyer, who's got as good as anybody, and Henri Richard. He may not be the main man like his brother Maurice, but he's made some big-time goals for Montreal. I like Montreal in an upset, 4 games to 3 against Bobby Orr and his guys. And last but not least, Pittsburgh versus Tampa Bay. Come on. Jagmir Jaguar, you got Mario Lemieux, you got Tommy Barrasso. I mean, you got an Italian in the net. How can you lose, right? I mean, he just pretends that puck is a plate of spaghetti and he snuffs it at every turn. Tampa Bay, the Lightning, a little young, got a long way to go. Basically, this has been the Mike North NHL preview. Now, who's going to win the whole ball of wax? I'm going to go with Montreal playing in the finals against the Detroit Red Wings, okay? And Gordie Howe will be the common denominator in this thing. I like Detroit winning the Cup 4 games to 2. That's been your Mike North NHL playoff preview. Back with the NBA preview tomorrow, something I know more about. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.